This is the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 2 and 12. And it says, woe be to the fearful hearts and the faint hands and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is fearful, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will you do when the Lord shall visit you? I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to our elders and the apostles, the great millstone, who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathan Yalla from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson, and I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. Now, America, that's saying land of the free, home of the brave, is a bunch of bullshit. America is land of the coward, home of the slave. Okay? Because all of these things that are going on, you don't see not one American out in the streets trying to get retribution for all of the things that their government is doing to them. But if it was a Jake that did any of these things, these Edomites would be out in the street looking for blood. Why? Because they're cowards. They're all a bunch of cowards. They're fearful. Okay? Their minds have been seared by the social media, and they don't have any courageous bone in their body. They're not willing to fight, and they're going to have to be coerced and pushed into fighting. They're going to have to be backed into a corner like a dog that refused to bite until it's backed into a corner and ain't got no choice. And that's exactly what's going to happen to y'all Americans, because y'all are a bunch of cowards. Okay? You quick to put a bullet in a Jake's head. You know, you quick to oppress the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But when you are being oppressed by your own kind, by your own people, you're not going to do nothing. You're going to sit there and post on social media consistently. And this is why the Lord is destroying you. The Lord is putting the spirit on your own people to destroy his own people, because all of the wickedness that you've done to us. Okay? And you're going to sit back and let it happen until you finally are going to get backed into a corner. Now, I have a video here that I want to play. Well, before that, I would like to mention, woe unto him, verse 13, that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Now, this is very important for men of the Lord, is to believe that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to take care of you in these times. Okay? Because you do not believe in this thing, if you do not believe in this truth, if you don't know through and through into your bone that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to be there with you in the times that we're coming in, you're not going to make it. Period. Okay? Your faith has to be bold and blind. Okay? You have to believe that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is with you, because this thing is about to get terrible. All right? Because you're dealing with a bunch of cowards. And eventually the sedition is going to break out, like it says in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, around the 15th verse. It's going to happen. However, it's going to take a lot to push these people into that corner, because they ain't going to fight against their own kind, because they're pieces of shit cowards. All right? Now, I have a video here. I just, I don't know if she might be Ephraimite, but, attractive woman, very loud, but she makes some very good points. Okay? And I want to play this whole video in its entirety, because this is something that I've been feeling through the spirit for a while now. And, when I saw this video, I said, you know what? I got to do a video about this right now. Okay? Because she's absolutely right. Y'all are a bunch of cowards. Now, she's going to talk about how people are talking about distractions. But you know what? I'm just going to let her talk. So I'm going to play the whole video. It's about 4 or 5 minutes long. Here we go.
Listen, one thing you guys know about me is that I'm going to say that shit, and I'm going to say some shit today that's probably going to piss some fucking people off. But one comment I don't ever want to fucking see again is they're trying to distract us from the Epstein files. Where are the Epstein files? Don't get distracted. Release the Epstein files, because y'all actually think they're trying to fucking distract you from shit? Like, are y'all fucking daft? And I'm not saying this shit to discredit the atrocity, the disgustingly perverse contents of the Epstein files, as if that's not a huge fucking scandal that deserves massive attention. And my heart doesn't go out to the fucking victims. But at the end of the day, World War III looming is not a distraction from the fucking Epstein files. ICE turning into the Gestapos and building concentration camps on American soil is not to distract you from the fucking Epstein files. The goddamn genocide in Palestine is not a fucking distraction. The Epstein files happened, and this is happening, and none of them are related because they don't have to distract citizens of the United States of America because y'all ain't finna do shit. They don't have to distract you when they have successfully fucking divided you. They can.
You know what? I don't know why it went to that. Okay. So she said something, and I got to get a scripture. Got to get a scripture. All right. So the house of Esau is fallen. All right. And the house is divided. So we're going to go to Matthew chapter 12. Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. And it says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house that is divided against itself cannot stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then shall his kingdom stand? So we're in a kingdom right now where Satan, the Edomites, are divided against each other, and they don't want to defend nothing. Okay, this is what you're seeing happening right now. Okay, in real time, the division of Edom. You got one side that's boldly going after you, and she gonna get into it. And Salaki, I got to play the video from the beginning again because I tried to hit pause and TikTok moved to another video, so I had to reset it. But she's absolutely right. This place is terribly and is totally and utterly divided. Okay, and a house divided cannot stand. All right, so let's go ahead and play that video again.
Listen, one thing you guys know about me is that I'm going to say that shit, and I'm going to say some shit today that's probably going to piss some fucking people off. But one comment I don't ever want to fucking see again is they're trying to distract us from the Epstein files. Where are the Epstein files? Don't get distracted. Release the Epstein files because y'all actually think they're trying to fucking distract you from shit? Like, are y'all fucking daft? And I'm not saying this shit to discredit the atrocity, the disgustingly perverse contents of the Epstein files, as if that's not a huge fucking scandal that deserves massive attention. And my heart doesn't go out to the fucking victims. But at the end of the day, World War III looming is not a distraction from the fucking Epstein files. ICE turning into the Gestapos and building concentration camps on American soil is not to distract you from the fucking Epstein files. The goddamn genocide in Palestine is not a fucking distraction. The Epstein files happened, and this is happening, and none of them are related because they don't have to distract citizens of the United States of America because y'all ain't finna do shit. They don't have to distract you when they have successfully fucking divided you. They can do whatever they want, whenever they want, to whoever they want, however they want, and y'all ain't finna do shit but fucking argue about it on the goddamn internet as if overthrowing fascism is gonna happen on social fucking media every single time. There is an American atrocity. They intentionally bankrupted our economy so they could buy it on clearance. They bankrupted our fucking farms and then outsourced soybean farming to Argentina to a $20 billion bailout while our soybean farmers collapse. Australia is now selling beef to all of South Asia while our cattle farms fucking collapse due to Trump's fucking tariffs. Unions are being fucking dismantled. Coal miners and oil riggers are going without fucking work. $506 billion in the American budget has completely been unaccounted for from the Department of Defense. They have failed their tax audit for 8 consecutive fucking years. Israel gets $33 billion in 2025 for their free healthcare while they fucking cut yours. They cut FEMA funding to states suffering from natural fucking disasters for refusing to let ICE turn into a Gestapo and build concentration camps on American fucking soil. They cut food stamps to Minnesota because the citizens exercised their constitutional right to peaceful fucking assembly. They're shooting citizens in the fucking face on broad daylight with hundreds of cameras recording. Unarmed fucking citizens. And you guys are arguing about the shit in the fucking comments. They kidnapped the president of a sovereign fucking country, stole all of his oils, and didn't put a single dollar, not one fucking dollar that they gained in profit in the Federal Reserves. No, it went to Trump's offshore bank account. He admitted that shit on national fucking television. Jeff Bezos and other American billionaires are already investing in offshore drilling from Greenland because the president of the United States, despite NATO's warning, is already drafting up military plans to fucking invade Greenland. American billionaires are buying up farmland to build AI surveillance facilities that quite literally poison the land, air, and water of the surrounding people. They're surveying people who live around AI facilities. They went door to door to 52 houses. Out of them, 46 have had miscarriages. Rare forms of throat cancer that you can only get from smoking are being developed from people who don't fucking smoke. The FDA, the CDC, the EPA, and Big Pharma are all just having a circle jerk over poisoning you every fucking way they can. Your food, your land, your air, your rivers, your medicine. You're a fucking experiment to them. And what do you guys do? You argue. You argue in the fucking comments about the shit. You hop on the internet. I'm going to troll a Trumper. I'm going to own a libtard. I'm going to boycott Starbucks for one fucking day. I'm going to boycott Amazon for a week. And the next week go back and buy everything I said I was going to buy as if it fucking matters, and it doesn't. Because if they didn't have your business, they have your fucking tax dollars. They have your tax dollars, they have your mortgages, they have your retirement funds, they have your military, they have your farmland, they have your unions, they have the Department of Education that they're now funneling to the Department of Labor, openly letting you know that we're going to use your school to turn your children into slaves while they get shot by his fucking supporters, and we don't even feed them a healthy or nutritious fucking lunch. And y'all are arguing in the fucking comments. They're going to take and take and take and take and take and take and take until there's nothing left to take but your motherfucking life. And they're going to take that shit and find a way to turn it into currency. Either the Gestapo's going to come to your door and shoot you in the fucking face, put you in a fucking concentration camp, or let you die sick and in fucking poverty because they're going to take your health care and your fucking social security. They are coming for you. You guys are afraid of participating in the tax boycott, unifying in solidarity, and bringing down the oligarchy by stopping the bleeding of our fucking tax dollars to people who seek to poison us, rape our fucking children, send our sons off to war, collapse our farm, steal our retirement, and make our fucking housing unaffordable because you're afraid you might go to jail for tax evasion. Jail is going to be a fucking walk in the park compared to walking around outside with the fucking Gestapo or getting kidnapped and disappeared to one of their concentration camps. They are beating the fuck out of citizens. They are dragging children out of school to beat them on the lawn and leave. They are dragging people out of their place of employment, kidnapping them, beating the fuck out of them, and then dropping them miles the fuck away. A black woman got into an accident with an ICE officer, and instead of calling the police or the paramedics, they fucking kidnapped her while she screamed, help me, help me. What did everybody do? You blew your whistles, you honked your fucking horns, you posted it on the fucking internet. If these people are willing to do this shit in broad daylight, what the fuck? What the fuck do you think they're doing at these off-site black ops concentration camps that they're calling detention centers? They refuse to let oversight boards in there. We don't know what they're doing. We know that 1,200 immigrants are still unaccounted for from Alligator Alcatraz, that a plane left, and suddenly a bunch of people shackled together washed ashore dead in different fucking countries. You guys are worried about the wrong fucking thing. You're fucking blowing whistles and recording your neighbors getting shot in the fucking face, getting kidnapped and disappeared to a fucking concentration camp. You hashtag Free Palestine, making cute signs, shaking your fist, screaming fucking shame, posting that shit to the internet. They're going to have their day in court, and this is video evidence. They will never be brought to justice if you don't physically do something about it. It will not stop. Nobody is coming to save you. That is what the fuck it is. Christy Nome is on a fucking global television in front of a podium that says, one of ours, all of yours. That is a Nazi slogan. That comes from the time a Czech village murdered one SS officer and they went back and killed every man in the fucking village. They are letting you know, obey or fucking die. There's not going to be a day in court to show the fucking video footage if you don't stand up, because the revolution is not going to happen on fucking social media. It's not going to happen if you're arguing on social media. It's not a fucking distraction. It is what it is. And it is going to continue being what it is until y'all fucking do something.
And the thing is that they're not going to do nothing. This shit is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until Yahweh Shai come back. Okay? Because that's what the scriptures say is going to happen. All right? So I'm going to go to the book of 2nd Ezra 16 and 70. Okay? Because y'all think that the scriptures ain't real. This is 16 and 70 says, for there should be sedition, there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, because this shit ain't gonna be the Lord gonna be with us. Okay? And then we gonna get blamed for all the shit that's happening because we done told y'all about it. And it says, they should be like madmen, sparing none, but spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Okay? And everybody in between. So while y'all sitting here thinking that y'all gonna stand up and do nothing, yeah, like she said, y'all ain't gonna do shit. All right? This thing is about to go down and it's gonna get very, very brutal and very, very violent. All right? Most of your average everyday Americans ain't got it like these goddamn Edomites out here with all these weapons. All right? Like I said, if you seen that movie, The First Purge, Jake had to get pushed into the insurrection. He had to get pushed into all that shit. It wasn't just something that he just did. He had to get pushed into it. He was partying and shit. Okay? And y'all everyday Americans, y'all still can go to work. Y'all still can get y'all cheeseburgers. Y'all still can get y'all beer and y'all drinks. Y'all still can watch y'all stuff on y'all TV. Y'all still can watch social media. So y'all not going to stand up. And ultimately, y'all a bunch of cowards at the end of the day. I mean, I want y'all to stand up because if y'all do it, hey, that'll kick the shit off. All right? It's going to come to a point to where the Lord is going to force your hand and he's going to bring you to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. And we just get that real quick. Okay? Because the Lord is going to make this happen. He's going to make y'all be backed into a corner. It says, this is 2nd Ezra 2 and 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men. And this is already happening. There are already people fighting against one another with swords in their hands. People getting murdered out in the street. People getting grabbed and taken into concentration camps. Those are one people fighting against another people. Okay? And now they have the authority to go into your home and take your ass. And eventually they're going to take the wrong people and people are going to say, hey, we got to stand up. All right? They're going to say, we got to stand up. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings and their princes, because it's finally going to click in their head. Finally, that this stupid ass democracy or demon rule of the demons, is against everybody, including those Edomites that thought they were a part of the system. And then you're going to say, okay, it's time to fight back. But you let this man, like Elder Malcolm has said, America Homer to bend over and take it. Y'all still bending over and taking it. So y'all going to have to get pushed into a corner. All these guns in America, all these militias, ain't nobody standing up to fight these motherfuckers. This is y'all America that they destroying. You Esau, this is your America that y'all Edomites are destroying. Jake ain't got nothing to do with this. We don't run nothing. But you blame Jake. Okay? Jake ain't got nothing to do with this, but you blame Jake. You blame Jake for all of this, and he ain't got nothing to do with it. This is failed Edomite policies, unrighteous decrees that have been passed. Okay? As a matter of fact, let's get that real quick. In the book of Isaiah 10. This is Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay? All these things are based off of policies that these Edomites have written. Okay? All of these. These are all unrighteous decrees. And the Lord said, woe to them. Destruction. That write grievousness in which they have prescribed. Verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and they that rob that they may rob the fatherless. Okay, and if you ever seen one of my other lessons, the word widow goes into separation. Okay, let's just look at it real quick. And it says al-mawa. It says widow, but let's go to the etymology because it doesn't really give us a breakdown. Let's go to widow. So you can see. It says Old English from Paleo-Dramatic Pi-tive. It says considered to be from root to separate, divide. Okay? So all these people are separated from the hedge that they have, which is the man and Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So those are going to be your prey. Okay? It's very simple. It's not hard. All right, let's see what we got here. So I'm going to go to the book of Psalms. '94. Psalms 94 and verse 16. And it says, who will rise up for me against evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? And that be us. This is why we out here warning you and telling you. The only safe haven is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You can't stop this man. His blessing was to do exactly what he's doing. His blessing was the sword. So you can't stop him. The only thing we can do is get out the way, and that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Let the Egyptian fight against the Egyptian. And they ain't even doing it because they're a bunch of cowards. Like I said, they'll come after Jake in a heartbeat, but they won't fight against their own kind. Okay? Not these Americans. Now, if you go over there to Italy and France and all of them, oh yeah, they gonna riot. But over here, nah. Okay? They're a bunch of cowards. America, welcome to America. Land of the coward, home of the slave. Because that's exactly what America is. A cowardice, wretched place full of wicked and evil, degenerate people that allow anything to go on. This ain't nothing new. They've been doing this stuff, but it just ain't impacted you to the same degree as it is now. But it's been impacting Jake. Okay? You know, here's the book of Isaiah 1 and 16. It says, wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings, for before mine eyes cease to do evil. Learn to do well, seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, plead for the widow. Y'all didn't do none of that when Jake was catching his hell. Y'all added to the fire. Y'all added to the fuel. Y'all did that. Now, this is right here. He's talking about Israel. This is the Lord pleading with Israel. However, this is being applied to Esau right now. Y'all didn't put away none of the evil shit y'all been doing, but y'all teared y'all anger perpetually, and y'all continued on with the wickedness that y'all been doing. Now look at where we are. All right. So this thing is done. This thing is done. This is Habakkuk, the second chapter. Habakkuk 2 and 3, it says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but in the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him." This devil is not going to have no mercy on you, not even on his own. The scriptures say, "To him that would do evil to himself, to whom will he do good?" This devil won't, he's not going to do good by his own kind. And you sitting up there screaming, of course you're not going to do nothing. They cowards. Wicked ass cowards. All right? It says, "But the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all peoples." But y'all don't believe the scriptures when y'all live in it. Okay? Hey, this devil, man. And hey, eventually y'all gonna start fighting against this man. Eventually. But it's gonna take him to back y'all into a corner. All right? This is verse 7 says, "Shall they not arise up suddenly, that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee?" See, they don't. The people just gonna wake up now. This is being applied to the nations that's gonna attack this place, but also the people that are gonna turn on their governments. Okay. Now I know I skipped down to verse 7, and it says, "And awake, that shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them." And booty means spoiled. It don't mean your ass. All right. It says, "Because thou hast spoiled the nations, all the remnant of my people shall be spoiled, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil." No, bro. Y'all Edomites are through, man. Y'all about to be destroyed. And all of these things must come to pass before the end comes. All right? Got a couple more. Or one more. And now close out on this one. This is the book of Luke 21 and 26. And it says, "Men's heart failing them for fear, and looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken." Okay? And that's gonna be the thermonuclear missiles. That's gonna be Yahushua coming back, and that's gonna be the sedition where you're gonna be scared to walk out in the street. Men gonna be grown ass men gonna be having heart attacks and dying suddenly because of all of the wickedness that's going on in this earth. And ultimately because Yahushua gonna come back in grand fashion to destroy this wicked ass place. Y'all Americans are a bunch of cowards, and the only one that's gonna save us is Yahushua. So with that, I pray it's an edifying lesson. I'm going to end it off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash. Until the next time I say Shalom.